Coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing to the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now or let this ride? Every signal talks like it knows me. Every move could crown me or ghost me. I'm tracing the arc in my mind, chasing the shape I can't find. Hey, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, spin that doubt, round and round. Hear that hush in the crowd. Is it just a twist or the start of a run? I'm lost in the gust, but it feels like fun. Oh yeah. Turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Oh. Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Wow, man, what a flip. We had just like literally a dump of 20 points on 7 o'clock open here, and still pressuring the low end here. So we'll see what gold wants to do. Why is this not moving? Okay. broke the ORB lows right off the bat here. Completely flipped around the trade. I'm going to just wait a second. Let's see how it wants to settle down here on trading. But it clearly went from like upper bias to lower bias literally in 2 seconds, and just really dumped it hard. So I think I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to sell this. I'm just going to follow this. I'm just going to follow the selling here. And let me see if I can just move this around here a little bit. Okay, just give myself like full clean session here on this. This is the low of the session. This is the confirm down right now. It's kind of working its way up and down. Very spiky here. Really spiky. Gold is like spread out at like 9 wide. Really wide on the spreads here. This is the target. We'll see where I can get, whether I can get into the position. I'm going to sell a little bit more here and put my stop at the 14 level. Here's the cool thing that we can always put the stop here at the 45.14. And the target at 45.98. 45.98. No, sorry, 44.98. That's what I meant. 44.98. Modify. Okay. Let's see if we can get into the repair this trade a little bit and get out of the trade with a little bit of a exit. Here we go. We're done. Nice. All right. So we capture some of that back following the flow. But that was a kind of a wild, crazy move here on the session open. So this is ORB high, mid, ORB low. We're below VWAP. Went from sort of positive bid to negative bid. 4,500 now. 27 on futures. This is the low on Asia session. Let's see if we want to, if they're going to hold the lows or they're going to try to probe it a little bit low. Probe it a little bit lower. Generally, gold was pretty flat throughout most of North America session. Obviously declined from the higher. We had a big rally that gave most of it back as the day progressed. But we are now at these, this is the US session low, 28. And we just tested the, basically the Asia session low just kind of tested this. Well, it's 22. 22 is the probe. I mean, it feels like it wants to maybe try to test the U.S. session lows. The U.S. session highs are all the way up, so they're like 600s. This is all on a futures basis, obviously. And I'm just using futures here as our indicator against our spot, which we're trading with Ola Prime right now, right? So let's see, how that that plays out. But yeah, we have like a lot of two-way price action. Right now, we have the range, but we're kind of in chop mode, so no signal. At session highs, I probably would want to take a look at point of control buy. Where's my point of control buy? What would be the level here? 31. So if we start clearing 31, may want to go the other way to see if we can trade it the other way. But it really looks like we're just kind of probing the downside more and more here. So let's see. Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Gloria. Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? So again, pressing session lows, Asia session low. If this holds, we got to go short and take that signal because it's a continuation signal. We're probably gonna test the North American low, which is at around 420. 542 sell. All right, we short this. Wait, where's my sell? Why is this not working? Oh, hold on. Sell. Okay, short there. Against these Asia session low highs. Let's pretty much around 14 here, and let's see how that plays out. Now the cool thing, as I said, with the MetaTrader 5 tool, I can come out quarter. So if we start just sort of moving towards target, I'm going to just probably scale out at quarter to see if we can get something done here. We're trading the 1 minute time frame. We're always scalping. It's always the 1 minute time frame. Ooh, all right, quarter. Let's go. Close quarter. Now I'm only down. Now I'm basically at half position at break even, right? Close quarter. Now I'm at a third position, break even, and boom. Look how quickly we recovered. Look how quickly we captured all of that back. So good for us. We captured the move to the downside. Point of control buy is at around 31, so it's still like 10 points above. Let's see what it wants to do here. Let's see what we want to do here. Asia session low, pretty much at around the 520 on the futures basis. A reversal signal comes in at 31. So pretty far away, pretty big bounce. My vibe is we probably still probe a little bit more lows here before we do anything. But overall, not bad. After the first negative flip, everything else is starting to really work its way out. News today, relatively quiet. I mean, we're still playing chicken in Iran with Trump threatening to hit the desalination plants. Really hard to tell what's going on behind the scenes. Kuwaiti residents issued extreme threat alert. Oil spikes as Iran strikes fully laden Kuwait oil tanker. Iran strike hits Kuwaiti oil tanker. Maybe that was probably the spike in it. That was the pop in oil. That was the news. Iran strikes hits Kuwaiti crude carrier in Dubai port. Iran warns U.S. troops face death if sent to Karg Island. So that was probably the spike in oil. That's why oil just completely flipped around, because it's a big risk event. Yeah. So it's not quieting down, and that's what's popping everything around. So that's what's going on. We did stabilize around the near time Asia session lows, but I don't know. It feels like it's going to be a little bit more of a drag on trade here. That was a big spike in Nasdaq too. I just saw that was the 100-point spike in Nasdaq too, and we continued to drift lower in Nasdaq as well. So I'm just kind of watching equities from the corner of my eye. But yeah, it's not pretty. Point of control reversal is still at 31, still pretty far away. Now we're sort of back to quiet trade after that headline hit. Huh. How's everything else going with you guys? The dot count tells you how many dots there are over a X period. In this particular case, the defaults are, when we're looking at the dot density function, it's do we have 2 dots over the last 10x periods, and do we and is delta 3 basis points or higher on this? When we get both of those, this thing turns green. Right now it's choppy. Now it's turning green a little bit as delta turns into a V shape. And then the idea is we have range, we have trend. If we get a dot signal, it's worth a shot. As a matter of fact, if this thing just watching, if this thing becomes a dot signal, that's worth a shot. But it's not. We're still very, very kind of choppy, non-directional. Point of control moved to 26, so much lower. So now if we clear 26 and close above 26, that's worth a reversal shot. We'll take a reversal trade on that. So we'll see how that's playing out. How's everything else going with you guys today? Did you have a good day? I had a pretty good day. I continued to just be very, very steady. I traded primarily well charts. Spoke to the guys at well charts. They said that those things, the well charts is going to be ready in maybe at the end of this week. So that'll be good news. It'll definitely be ready by the time everybody comes back from Easter Passover break, which is obviously next week. You can't see my stream. I'm very, very clear on my stream. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it would be blurry. Let me see how it looks on YouTube. You guys seeing something? Is your stream blurry? Because I'm pretty clear here. There's nothing I'm doing that looks. Oh, no, I'm clear on mine. I think it's on your end, astrologer. I'm very clear here. Yeah, I'm totally clear. Yeah, it looks good to me. Oh, we got a signal. We got 19 seconds left. If this signal holds, we're going to go long off this trade because it's a white dot reversal. Let's see if it's worth our shot here. It's very, very meek. Really not like exactly a hard thing. But all right, we'll take it. Buy. We'll take the buy signal here. If we get any kind of upward movement, we'll try to scale out of the position a little bit. But yeah, it's very tepid. Clearly, this is all reversing against the Kuwait news. The news of the Kuwait tanker was oil spikes as Iran strikes fully laden Kuwaiti oil tanker. That's definitely very interesting. Honestly, I got to tell you, the way this is going, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to get a nuke dropped on them, because all the Gulf countries are really, really, really starting to hate them with a passion. And I feel like as far as the Trump administration goes, it's really the Gulf countries that are egging them on to really, really blow them up out of smithereens. Because they're basically targeting now, of course, all the civilian infrastructure of all these countries. So, but all of this clearly raises, I think, pretty much raises a lot of risk in the market. And we'll have to see. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of quarter exit here. Just only because, I think these counter trend rallies, another quarter exit. You see how I'm basically shaving my position here And this is only available with on Ola Prime, of course, totally free. If you guys get an Ola Prime account, I give you this tool for free, and you can trade it to your heart's content on MetaTrader 5. All right, I basically shaved like 70% of my position, and I could shave a little bit more. Now I'm going to shave like 80% of my position. The rest of the thing, I'm just going to let it run. If it hits target, great. If it doesn't hit target, I'm going to be at break even, so I have no risk in the position. You see how fast I can exit scale out of the position because it's all pre-programmed to do quarter exit, quarter exit, quarter exit. It looks like I'm going to hopefully, maybe I'll just close all right now. That's it. Boom. I just took the whole position and I'm out of it. See how easy that is? Super, super easy as far as the structure goes. So now we hang out, see if we get another trade up. So we definitely come back and reversed a nice V-shaped recovery. And we took advantage of it to the downside, took advantage of it to the upside on NASDAQ very clearly. So super easy. Indicator working very well on Tradingview. By the way, so I was already in this trade. So this 31 break, I had already gotten in here on the white dot. So we were just basically scaling this position. I had an earlier exit, but if you were taking the 31 break, you certainly had a nice move here as well to the upside. Now we're coming back through the lower end of the ORB against a positive VWAP. So if it pierces to the upside, it should probably give us a ORB buy signal, right? Since we're now positive to the VWAP, that means general trend is to the upside. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oops. Sorry, just. Oh, cool. So we kind of nice clean V-shape. Did you guys take that reversal trade with me on the flow? That was a very, very clean, classic trade for us. Nice. Nice. Now we're sort of like in no man's land. Even if we get signals, I'm not a fan of these signals. If we get signals to the downside, I actually will take them because I think the macro pressure is still to the downside, and down signals will only occur if we break the VWAP to the down. Like basically, we got to go back up to 45.30 below there for me to create down signals, and that could be a test back down to the double bottom. So I'm happy to trade that if I get it. But for now, I took all the trades that I wanted to, and that's pretty much it. Huh. I'm just scanning headlines here because obviously the Middle East is creating more tensions here. So we'll see. Well, it's pretty quiet. Really not that active. VWAP is 50% of the ERB range. Yeah. Here's the oh, sorry. I actually misread this. We're actually below VWAP, so down signals are going to be pretty legit. So this kind of starting to flash. We need to clear, like basically go below 35 on gold, and that will give us a an ORB signal down. Let's see what it wants to do here. All right, through the 35, 54 seconds. If this candle holds through the lows, we're going to go short. See if we can get a move all the way down to the double bottom test. Staying short, we're going to sell. All right, we're going to sell on this position. See what it wants to do for us. I'm going to try and fix this one-click trader because I have like a version without the BK branding. Let me just see if I can try to place the right one down. Where is this? Just bear with me a second, guys. We have like we're going to be hanging in this trade for a little while, so there's not much to do. No, I'm still not getting the signal. Why am I so annoying? Okay. All right, I can't. I'm gonna have to fix this a little later. We'll worry about this later. Sorry. I'm short off of our, breakdown signal, but it's just sort of stalled here. It really, very little price action. But I think we're going to, accelerate to the downside a little bit here for a double bottom test. Although, when you're looking at this right now, it's very quiet. All right, we're starting to move a little bit. I'm going to do quarter exit. Quarter exit. Like that was a shitty little quarter exit. Really not a lot of movement to the downside here or upside. Quarter exit. Now it leaves me at about half position. And we'll see what else we can do here. So you're starting to accelerate to the downside. ORB, testing ORB to the downside. But not really, we're not talking about selling all the way to the double bottom. I mean, and now, and the cool thing is now I'm out at break even, which is exactly where I want it to be. So we took a little bit of profit here and then just got out of break even. The tool just keeps me completely in check as far as risk goes. Very tight, quiet trade today. We're taking what we can. We took the trades to the downside, took the trades to the upside, and very, very small scalps over here to the downside. And that's it. Let me give you the Ola link, guys. Be sure to use the code EDGE to give you the best tool, the best discount off Ola Prime. Equities are kind of following the same, path as gold. Very, very quiet. Very little activity here. That's it's kind of meaningful. But we are looking like we're going to test the double bottoms. Gold is finding a bid here and may have a. Looks like we got a white dot trade here. Let's get long. We'll give it a shot. Although really the trade here has to be just underneath here. This whole. Well, the cool thing is I can just move my stop to basically 45.01. See how fast I can move my stop over here, or I can even move it up to 3 if I wanted to, just even get it up there. This is, gold either turns over here, or this is just a very, very tepid little move. We've either bottomed consolidated and pretty much holding bid here, start to move back up, or this is just a false breakout and it's going to break down. So I just want to be tight over here on this stop. I don't have much to go here. Markets just refuse to go down. They're trying to shrug off every bad piece of news. But this, this can't be good news. I mean, a whole big tanker taken out in Kuwait is it's a pretty serious escalation of threat. Today we're going to do a little bit of a short session because I have meetings. This whole week we're going to do like a little bit shorter sessions, maybe 7 to 7:45. Because it's I'm sort of being torn apart here because I have to do a lot of I'm leaving at the end of this week and I won't be around next week, so I have to do like a lot of errands for everybody. But it's also very quiet markets. I feel like gold is really going to be tradable in small increments, maybe around London. That's about it this week. Yeah, my pleasure on the Ola Prime code. Really good. Remember that you get the tool completely free. That's the key thing. And see now, this pop is much more like a drop, which I thought it would be. I didn't think this trade was very likely. That's why I tightened up my stop here to this move, because I think we're basically still underneath the VWAP, and if we start losing this, I think we test the double bottoms here. But amazing. Markets are just pretty resilient. Everybody's shrugging off risk as the day progresses. Oh, look at this. Now we're positive. Now I'm just definitely going to scale out. Take advantage of this pop. Scale out a little bit more. Now I'm basically at half, and now I get a nice big move. Look at that. Nice. Beautiful. I'm going to try to lock it all in. Close it all out. That's it. Good enough. I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That was a nice big reversal. We held the bid. Whatever. Now I'm really in mid area, and I have zero interest in participating in this trade here. We got lucky, and I'm happy to have taken profits out of here and recovered everything here, and just made all the money back here. So all good. Hopefully you guys took some profit out of it along the way. That was a pretty clean trade. Yeah, 150 USD. Good for you. Good for you, Saber. Those of you guys who are interested in doing coaching with me, let me put a coaching link in here. We had a couple of people join today, which is really nice. I actually have a really, really interesting conversation for the coaching before I go away. It's like a super, super interesting quantitative analysis of everything that I'm doing. And you guys understand why what I'm doing right now is really working so well. It's kind of very, very cool. And similar kind of idea here where the scaling is partial scaling out, really keeping me on the right side of profit the whole time. Oh, let me get rid of this so we can. We're above VWAP. Gold now is positive territory. So, interesting. See if we're going to try to run the ORB highs. We're going to see if it's going. We're going to get interested in trade if it comes through this 547 level. Although it's kind of a little bit choppy here, not much going on. Quiet markets, not much really going on here. Same in NAS. NAS is also super quiet. Range is quiet. Nothing really going on here. Definitely recovering a little bit. I'm just trying to see if there's any more fresh news. Doesn't look like it. How can you get the SMA indicators without a prop account because you have FTMO? You can't. You have to. This is only available for our prop partner accounts. So open up an account with Ola Prime. Trade with them. Better broker. Better prop. You get that, and you can get the SMAs and everything else. Here's the link. Here's the discount. All right, we're inching towards the 47 level. Are we going to run the highs? Is this going to be like the last trade cycle we do here? Let's see if we can move it. Above VWAP, in trend, trying to target that 47 level on futures, which will translate into obviously into spot on Ola Prime. All right, 15 seconds left. Piercing. If we hold above 47, we're going to take that trade, see if it has some continuity. Oh, I guess it's good enough. It's just very, very tiny. So, okay, I'll buy this. And we'll try to, we'll see if we get a little bit of continuity. I really hope it doesn't die at the vine, but it might. But we're still are going to follow our signals. If we get some continuity, we'll try to scale out of the position best we can. We just breached the 47 level, so that gave us a signal here for an ORB opening range break to the upside. I'm trying to clean up here. Okay, scale out a quarter, close a quarter, close a quarter. Pretty much just cleaning up my last trade of the night here. I'm at break even. Boom, I'm out, and I'm pretty much done. I'm done for the night, guys. As far as my trades, we did 5 continuously profitable cycles here. The negative cycle was a news bomb, and we recovered the whole news bomb and then some. The news bomb was obviously nothing you could do about it. I literally, by the way, it was funny because I went long, just left you for a second, and I came back, and the whole thing just crashed. And the news bomb was, of course, the blow up of the Kuwaiti tanker. But basically we then traded the whole downside, and then we traded the whole upside recovery very, very well, both on scale out and position trading. So in normal market conditions, the indicator worked really, really well, right? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, as always, 9 o'clock. But in the meantime, get the accounts with Ola Prime, get the tool, get everything organized. Hopefully you guys will really enjoy it. I'll see everybody in the morning tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.